At just 16 years old, Daniel Campos turned his fascination with succulents into a money-making adventure. This is Navarro's Mixed Nursery, and I'm here today with Daniel. Daniel has an interesting history because he's only 20 years old, but he's been working with euphorbias and cactus and other plants since how old were you when you started?
Approximately 4 years ago, so 16 and a half.
And what got you interested in cactus and plants? And
so my mom has always been into plants.
Hey, Mom.
And she's always collected them, and I started like right before COVID. So I guess you could say she got me into collecting plants and selling plants too.
Okay, does your mom still sell plants, or did she at one time?
No, the one that sold the plants was me. She mainly just collected them.
You're a businessman. You're like, let's make money.
Yeah.
So did you teach yourself how to propagate cactus and euphorbia in order to sell more?
At first, I just wanted to collect. I started off with the lift ups, the little rock succulents, and then we started having a lot of plants. And I told her, I came up with the idea of selling, and I was like, why don't we start selling plants? It looks like it's a good idea. And then she was like, okay, and we started selling, and it went good, and it just kept growing from then.
Yeah,
and then on.
But I can tell you have a really big interest in them, and you find them fascinating like I do.
It's because it's just fascinating how every single one, even if it's the same species, has its own characteristics.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And so you had your own business for how many years?
I'm gonna say 4 years.
And it was just recently that you decided to sell what you had to Navarro's.
Correct.
And now you're working with Manny here at Navarro's in Gilroy.
Yeah, I'm helping him grow this place and take care of the plants and propagate everything, water, plants, make pots, everything.
And I was so excited when I met you because he's talked about you in previous videos that I've done with Manny about talking about this Danny, and but you like to be called Daniel.
Yeah.
So we'll call him Daniel. But I thought, and then when you told me you were only 20 years old, I just immediately thought that was interesting.
You don't see a lot of people my age that are into plants.
No, not really.
Yeah.
And something so specific like cactus and euphorbia too. It's unique that you find somebody so young that's like really jazzed about that kind of thing. But obviously you are, because you sold what you had to Navarro's, but you're still working with them. So you have a great love for them.
Yeah, so it's nice because I still get to see my plants and take care of them and watch them grow.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
And do you cry when one gets sold?
No.
No?
I do get sad though, but I know it's going to a good home. So
yeah. You're here at Navarro's in Gilroy 6 days a week now, working?
6 days a week from 8 to 4.
Perfect. So if people have questions about your experience having your own business selling plants, or about cactus and euphorbias and agaves, they're welcome to come down and talk to you.
Yeah, of course.
And if they have anything that they want to purchase here at Navarro's that they've seen in the video.
I also ship too.
And you guys ship?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I will put a link in the description. If anybody wants to contact Navarro's and get more information, or if you want to stop by and see Daniel and talk cactus and succulents, he's happy to do that. He loves to talk about succulents. It's his passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you can find in common is that are interested in cactus and euphorbias. They really have a big interest, and they're going to take care of those babies really good at home.
I also like teaching them how to take care of them, making sure that they're going to be well taken care of. I
possibly can.
All right.
No, I kid.
You want the whole pot, or you want?
Well,
me to
I was hoping that you could put it in a smaller pot for us, because since we're traveling. Yeah, that's a beauty. And then we're going to get one of these spiral ones too.
Okay.
All cactus and euphorbia have new growth that you can propagate, or just some of them?
All of them. You could propagate basically all of them.
And do you propagate when you do from just taking pieces of that plant, or do you do it by seed, or do you both?
I do both, but it's mostly cuttings, because by seed it takes years.
Yeah, I usually do cuttings because it's so quick. I'm an instant gratification gardener.
Yeah, and then seeds, they need care basically every day. You need to be watching them almost 24/7. If not, if you stop taking care of them for one day, they can die instantly. So they're really delicate. Right now, I'm potting these Trichocereus hybrid seedlings that were created by Navarro. These are approximately, I believe, 2 years old. Right now, they're going in a, this is a 1 gallon pot with 15% gypsum, and the rest is potting soil. But I like to get a little round stick or something. Make the hole 1/2 inch is fine. Get a seedling. And make sure you plug in all the roots. Sometimes you need to make it deeper. And then what I do is I make like a little in the center, like a little upside down triangle. So when you water it, all the water goes to the middle and it doesn't flow through the sides.
And how long before Manny will be selling these, do you think?
In 1 year, yeah.
We'll ask Manny, huh?
Yeah, I gotta ask him. Yeah, so that what I said about making like a upside down triangle in the middle, like little hole, is important, because sometimes we pot plants and we leave it just flat. And what happens is when we water, 80% of the water falls down to the sides, and the plant isn't getting the water it needs. So it's important to have that little ditch in the middle so it gets all the water. And this is our watering tank right here. We use 20 fertilizer. And what I do is I just get one of these and I water single-handedly every single one.
Okay. And will you water them right away, or do you wait a couple days?
I wait a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite cactus and succulents here at the nursery?
My favorite ones here, it has to be this Copiapoa. This is a Copiapoa Housatonia gigantea. So this is the gigantea, the large form. This one the clusters get up to 6 feet wide.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And does that flower?
Yes, it flowers a bright yellow flower, only from the top.
Beautiful.
Where the cephalium is coming out from, that's where it flowers.
Nice. That's a beautiful arrangement.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful ones. And you have a history with agave love too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my dad, he grew up making tequila, so he worked with big round agave tequilana. And yeah, he's worked basically like I think 15 years of his life. So he has a lot of experience in agaves, and I guess that's where I got it from.
So you could say it's in your blood.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And what kind of plants do you have in your own collection at home?
I currently have a lot of tephros. Tephros, that's one of our favorite ones. Echinopsis, we love Echinopsis because of the flower. Astrophytums is another favorite, and Mammillarias. Yeah, we have basically everything. A little bit of everything. This is a Mammillaria genispina, I believe.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
How do you remember all the names to all the different species?
I just try to memorize them.
It's almost a third language, plant language.
Yes, yes, it really is, because there's a lot of pronunciations and everything that you need to learn.
So one of the things that you said attracts you to these plants is the flowers.
Correct. Yes.
The blooms are beautiful.
The blooms. There's a lot of hybrids, different colors, sizes, shapes. And also the fragrance, some of them smell really good.
I didn't know that. I don't think any of mine have a fragrance, but now I'm curious, and when they start blooming, I'm going to check.
I've noticed they usually smell more at night.
Really?
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, because I guess at night is when the cactus itself is more awake, because in habitat at night is when they open their pores to collect the water from the fog in the habitat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know an awful lot more about them than I do. That's for sure. But I know I was saying to Daniel is that my cactus patch, the blooms get like this big around, and they're big white blooms. They're absolutely gorgeous on each of the columns.
Yeah.
And it's really something to see when it goes into bloom. And it'll go into bloom here and here and here and here in different places. And the fruit is really good.
Yeah,
I thought it tasted kind of like kiwi.
it's kind of like, for me, kiwi or like dragon fruit.
Yeah.
Because there are some fruits that are more sour than others, even though it's ripe. And I guess it also depends on how you water it and the care.
And it's packed with nutrients too.
True.
Not just the blooms, but some of the cactus you can eat, and it's really nutritious too. But you got to make sure that you check to see if the cactus you have
Yeah,
is
it's
edible.
edible, yeah.
With any plants, always check first. So many varieties of cacti.
Yeah, there's so many. And
Do you know how many there are?
No,
I'm putting you on the
there's
spot.
thousands.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because people come up with more hybrids, and they just from that hybrid they make more hybrids, and it just keeps growing.
Yeah.
It's like a rabbit hole.
And they can grow for hundreds and hundreds of years, right?
There's some cacti in habitat that are 500 years old easily.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're more than happy to talk to people that have questions about those kind of plants, euphorbias, cactus, and even other plants that you have experienced. You're happy to help people if they have problems, give them what experience you have to help them with their plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can come on down here to Navarro's in Gilroy and talk to Daniel, and he's happy to talk plants with you. He loves it.